Hello there, welcome back to Ngosamusic. My name is Ngosa
And my name is Shibi, so don't forget to like, to comment, to tell all of your
You are awesome, so be the music. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be going ahead to song number 4 from the Songs from My Diary series. Now if you're new here and this is your first time watching any one of my videos, please do subscribe so you don't miss out on any of the content I make, and I'm going to leave a link to the Songs from My Diary playlist so that you can catch up on some of those songs. Today the song I'm going to be singing for you is called Where Can I Go From Your Presence? Where can I go from your presence? And it's basically coming from the book of Psalms, where David the psalmist is saying, where can I go from your presence? If I go up to the mountains, you are there. If I go down to the valleys, you are there. And so it is widely acceptable in Christian theology that God is omnipresent, that God is everywhere, that God sees all things. And the Bible does teach that too. But then there's a different way or a different sense in which God can be present, that can be present with you, in which God's presence can be with you. And just sort of talk about this a little bit, I'm going to refer you back to something that I read just a couple of days ago. So it's a story of a father and a young child who lived somewhere near the airport. And one of the days, the young child asked the father saying, "Dad, how big is an airplane really?" And so the father says, "What do you think?" The son says, "When you look at it in the sky, it's really, really small." And so the father, trying to just take this lesson home, he decides to take the son to the airport, very close to where the airplanes are. And he asked him, "How big is an airplane?" The father asked the son, "How big is an airplane?" And the son says, "It is very, very big." Okay, because now they were close to the airplane. So the airplane looked much bigger than when it's in the sky, hundreds or thousands of meters above the earth or above the ground. And so it's pretty much the same in our Christian life, that God's presence is only as big as how close we are to Him. Okay, once we bring ourselves closer to God through Bible study and through prayer, through meditation, we begin to see the workings of God at a much bigger level than we normally would. But then when you decide to stay away from Him, God just becomes a distant figure of strength, saying, God has been doing that in that person's life, or God has been present in that other person's life, but it's not really happening in your own. And so if we really want to experience God's presence in our own lives, we should be ready to get closer to Him, to deliberately spend time with Him, okay? And so, where can I go from your presence sort of hints to some of that, okay? And also in another sense, you find that the Bible also teaches that the eyes of the Lord are in every place, regarding both the good and the evil, or looking at both the good and the evil. Having this understanding of God's presence with us, we need to be mindful about some of the things that we do, some of the decisions and some of the actions that we make or that we do. There are certain people, or there are certain things that we would rather do and say, that we would rather not do and say in front of our elder or our pastor or our friends, but yet we can do them when those people are not around, even though God is there, even though God is present. And so the understanding of God's presence always been there, of God being ever present, that there's no we can go where God is not there, should really inspire in us a character of being modest, of having integrity, okay, and of not doing things that our own characters do not portray, or that our own characters outwardly do not portray. And so basically that is the song. Where can I go from your presence? In the mountains you dwell, in the valleys you reign. Where can I go from your love? Please do enjoy. By the way, this song is actually very, very short because I forgot the second verse, and I didn't want to add a different verse or another verse now, because it would just sort of take away from what I had done back then. So I just said I'm gonna sing one verse, so don't be surprised if it's very short. Let's get into it. I go from your presence? Where can I go from your mercy and grace? In the mountains you dwell, in the valleys you rest. Where can I go from your love? Where can I go from your love? In the dry of a desert and sand and clay, in the midst of a forest and love, in the depth of my heart, Lord, you hear when I pray. Where can I go from your love? Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys really enjoyed that very short song that you can use to even memorize scripture as a scriptural song, so to say. And so thank you so much for your support. I really appreciate everybody who subscribed recently, everybody who's been sharing and liking my videos. Connect with me on ngosamusic Facebook if you'd like to. Everything is in the description box. So have a great day, and as always, be the music.